I would say, if there's something that you want to do, don't sit there and wait. Tomorrow is not guaranteed. So get out there, take the chance, and go do it.
This podcast encourages and empowers you to create your own unique real story, develop your own unique real statement, and discover your own unique real self. The power is yours. Good morning, Tracey Minutolo. Previously, episode 359 of the 12-Minute Convos podcast. Luckily, we did get to connect face-to-face on August 9, 2018 in San Diego. It's been just 2 years, 8 months, 22 days, 23 hours, 45 minutes since we recorded for the podcast.
Well, I'm a coach who works with motivated 9-to-5ers, helping them start side businesses.
That was then. This is now. Tracey, it's a great pleasure to connect with you the third time now. How are you doing?
Doing great. It's a pleasure to reconnect.
Well, my friend, you are real. I can confirm that. You're not just some type of AI that's really good at helping individuals with their side hustle. You're like a real person, and it was great meeting you. Thanks for coming out and meeting us within your busy schedule. So we do appreciate you. What's new? What's going on? Come on, tell us.
Hey, and you're a real person too. That was pretty awesome meeting you and Amanda.
Yeah, Amanda is even a greater person than me, I think.
So what's new? What's going on? Well, I am still coaching, doing one-to-one coaching with side hustlers who are looking to improve their time and energy management in their side hustles. So that's the main thing I'm focusing on right now. But I've also got a membership community over on Mighty Networks, and that's called Side Hustle Success Lab.
That's wonderful. What is Mighty Networks? What is that?
So Mighty Networks is basically, it's a great alternative to Facebook, I will say. The reason why I chose the platform is because it's a lot less noisy. You don't have ads because the hosts, the community hosts, actually pay a fee to host their community there, but you can also charge for your community there. So it's a great place to have membership communities. Although you don't have to. There are some free communities on there as well. It's just that the way that the communities are structured and the way that the platform is run, you won't have the ads, you won't have the noise. It's way more of a focused experience.
That's wonderful. That's great. Yeah. So what happened with Side Hustle Success Lab? Is that still something we can go to access you?
Yeah. If you go to sidehustlesuccesslab.com now, it will direct you to basically the landing page for the new membership community. So you can find out all about the group, what we've got going on, and how you can join.
That's wonderful. So when we first connected way back when, that was through Al Clooney and what he was doing, and he connected you to me. You were helping 9-to-5ers get out. Well, not get out, right? And I want to speak about that for a bit. At what point does an individual reach when they say, okay, this is enough of side hustle, I can take this full time?
I think that's different for everybody. And some people, as you kind of just alluded to, will always want to keep something on the side. They're happy to have a side hustle be a side hustle. And I'm one of those people, at least at this point in time. But I think generally speaking, you really just have to look at, what it is you need to be earning in order to sustain your lifestyle, if you want to sustain your lifestyle as it is, and really have a proven, track record of earning the same or more with your side hustle. And I would say, that the time frame and all that stuff is very individual. But I would say, for me, my comfort zone, I would have to be earning that amount of money for at least probably close to a year for me to feel good about leaving my full-time job.
Which brings us to the planning that you do. It doesn't only start with the business side. Your personal finances is something that really created this particular model of what you do. Is that accurate?
Yeah, that's definitely accurate. So, that's all assuming that you're not, drowning in a mountain of debt and you don't have all kinds of other things going on. So, yeah, there's a lot of factors that go into it.
Yeah, so you were that person that had debt and decided to tackle debt. We promote both Dave Ramsey because hats off to him for teaching on that particular thing. When we were speaking, you were on student debt still. Are you still paying off that student loan, or have you cleared that marker now?
I've just about cleared it.
Wow, congratulations.
Yeah.
Well, that's great. It speaks to consistency because even with a side hustle, the principles are the same, aren't they, with a full-time business?
Yep, that's right.
So you've put in the time, you've been consistent, you're helping others remain consistent with their side hustle. What's the biggest payoff in terms of experience that you've had? so far?
The biggest payoff is really just in general when folks kind of, I don't want to say they don't need me anymore, but they don't need me anymore. So my goal is always to teach folks, a set of the skills really, but really it comes down to developing good systems in their businesses. And a lot of it too is around, just the systems by which they, go about their weekly, daily, even monthly and longer term goal setting and execution in their business. So really just looking at things and how you can take a bigger goal and chunk that down and really identify what the most impactful actions you can take right now to get you toward that goal would be, and then really being able to put together like a weekly and daily plan to execute and then stay on top of that. And a weekly review is part of that whole process as well.
Yeah, you spoke a lot about time blocking and the importance of that. I find it really fascinating that you've been able to do what you're doing consistently, which means there have been sacrifices. When you look back from now to then, do you have any regrets with the decisions that have you where you are today?
No, I don't have any regrets really. I think now where I'm at, I'm really starting to, because I've transitioned into a new role in my day job that I actually am way more interested in and excited in than when we last spoke. And I think now what's on my mind is really finding that right balance between the side hustle and giving a little more to the day job because I have new opportunities to grow and learn and develop there.
Do you think that connects though? Like you work with a lab, and I have worked with a lab, right, as my past day job, and it's helped me tremendously with the systemization of life. Has that impacted you the same?
Oh, definitely. In my first job, which was basically running a quality control lab, my day was very structured. My week was very structured. Everything was very routine. So putting schedules together and scheduling the team, I always really enjoyed that, putting folks, in the places where they were, able to use their strengths best and that kind of thing. And just really being able to make the best use of the team, our time, and to hit our goals. But then now I'm in a much more like project management based role. Nothing is routine. Every day is a little different, and all of my stuff is based on longer term projects. So I've had to, I wouldn't say relearn because I don't know that I've ever really had to use this skill in this way before, but really having to teach myself, how to manage my time now and how to make progress and how to collaborate with others as well and get what I need without necessarily having the authority, but having, a little more influence now. So it's been an interesting journey. This is the past year or so that I've been in this role.
Adaptation, so important, right? I see you've also started, speaking of adaptation, the Side Hustle Minute, where you're hosting that. Tell us a bit about that, please.
Sure. That is a daily flash briefing, and it is just a bite sized little nugget, little bit of side hustle wisdom. And it can be anything from, a time and energy management tip to a tip that'll help you build or grow your business to just sort of a reflection, I guess, to get folks thinking. Is a lot of it, and I tell everybody this too. Most of this stuff, the reason why I do it is it just reminders to myself. It's because, I need this information too. And I'm learning and I'm a student and I'm constantly evolving. So I'm just sharing that journey.
That's great. And we appreciate you sharing that. One of the concepts that I've run across that I want to share on the podcast now is the concept of death and the conversation with death that I believe is necessary. Have you had a conversation with death?
Ooh, no. No, I haven't. It's something that I don't like to think about. And I think I should probably, I don't know. It's something that's been on my mind just because I have, aging parents and everything. And it's been interesting, but it's just, yeah, it's not pleasant. And it's something that I'd like to develop a better relationship with.
Yeah, I think the concept came about really from two things. One is two of my past podcast guests died. Then I ran into an interview by a guy called Stephen Jenkinson, and he was expressing how we have to, as a society, understand the value in the end and how the end helps the beginning just as the beginning helps the end. So understanding that is so important. So I really wanted to bring that conversation to the surface. Tracey, thanks for your answer. More than that, thanks for being true to who you are, your own unique real self. It brings great motivation and inspiration to share that you are still doing the thing that you chose to do a couple of years ago and you're seeing it through. I believe it gives credit to who you are as an individual, I believe. So thanks for that. In closing, my friend, is there anything else you'd like to share with our amazing audience?
I would say, if there's something that you want to do, don't sit there and wait. I mean, actually, this ties into what we were just talking about, about death. Tomorrow is not guaranteed. So get out there, take the chance, and go do it.
Love it. Again, Tracey, this is a pleasure. I treasure. Thank you, my friend, for being on what is inspired by 12-Minute Convos with Angel Jones. This podcast is produced by Pod Edits. Visit podedits.com for professional podcast publishing.